Gord, the Marlies come up with a victory last night in overtime. It seemed like the Chicago Wolves once again had thrown everything at you guys. Is that how it felt like on the bench?
Oh, for sure. They were a desperate hockey team, and we probably didn't match that desperation, certainly in the second period. They really gave it to us, and Drew McIntyre again stood real tall for us, and the one good thing is we kept our composure. We scored a real timely goal. The third goal, was huge for us. They were really coming at us, and obviously the overtime goal. But the third period, I think we realized what a desperate hockey team they were, and we responded very well to it, and in the end we came out victorious.
That goal that they scored on the power play, not to bring that up, but there's not much. There's not much you can do in a situation like that. If you looked at the video and seen what happened.
Yeah, it was stemmed off an entry on their part, and you have a skill player in Keith O'Coin that came and gained the zone, and we're a team that likes to pressure before a team gets. That gains the blue line, and he made a skill play to gain the blue line and moved it away from our pressure, and it's something that they've been looking for a lot, and something we pre-scouted on them is they went to the half wall and then a high tip goal, so it's something that we didn't really have time to cover off on the entry. It's kudos to them, and again, that's something for us. If a team beats us with skill and 2 or 3 different passes where they can beat our pressure, then more power to them.
Can you sometimes look across and see their penalty kill and see what it's doing? Because last night their penalty kill was being awfully aggressive and taking a lot of chances, it seemed like.
Yeah, and again, that's something that we've seen out of them probably more in the game 2 than game 1, and they made some adjustments up ice and in the zone. They were pretty aggressive, and again, I guess when you give skill players time to make plays, they're going to burn you, and so they're trying to take time and space away from our skill players.
Over the course of this playoffs, now haven't lost one yet, and the teams have played you tight. The games have been close, although sometimes the score hasn't indicated that. Are you surprised a little bit about how it's gone for the Marlies, picking up wins along the way?
Well, either you look sort of make predictions on how it's going to go, and certainly against a team like Chicago and the skill level that they do have and the experience that they have, this is our dream right now, to be up 3-0 on them, and but that's the ideal scenario after game 3. Now we're beyond that, and we're definitely looking to game 4, and I know they're a team that's going to show that same kind of desperation and drive, and we got to be ready to match that. So that's the biggest one so far.
Drew McIntyre said after game 1, you want to go into game 1, you want to win game 1. Having said that, you think, well, if we can get a split coming out of Chicago, but then you get to game 2 and you want to win that one too, and maybe go up 3-0, and you start to think that way. Every game seems to play its own individual role in this series so far. Coming into game 4, you know that Chicago is not going to back off.
Oh, for sure. They have nothing to lose right now as far as the situation they're in. They lose one more hockey game, they're out of the playoffs. So, we have to, again, just recognize that and what they're going to throw at us, and again, not get too keyed up over it, but know that that's how they'll respond, and we just have to play to our identity and play the way we can. And the one thing I've found so far is probably our 2 home games have been the worst games we've played so far in the playoffs, and so we have to be ready at home and establish that this is a hard place to play, and make sure we set that tone right off the hop.